Link, you have a prepaid call from California Island. An inmate at the Argent Canyon Correctional Facility, San Diego, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Link.
Hello, and thank you for accepting my call. You are listening to the California Island podcast, recorded over a state prison telephone and available to you for free at pensideout.org. California Island, what's up? Shawn Khalifa, I'm back with you again, and I'm reviewing my poetry book. The name of my poetry book is My Bleeding Pen, a poem book, written by me, Shawn Khalifa, of course. And what I'm going to do is flip through some pages of my book. I'm going to read you some of the comments I made before my poetry, and then I'm going to recite my poetry to you. I was highly influenced by hip-hop growing up, so some of my poetry might come off as hip-hop. So I might rap a little bit of it. I might read a little bit of it to you, but I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. And enjoy today's episode, Poetry on California Island. Damn, it felt good to be 22. Just ask Taylor Swift. I spent that year playing basketball in Ironwood State Prison. When the temperature reached 117 degrees, us prisoners pushed ourselves to play in a full-court basketball tournament. We played for the love of being out of our cells, the love of being able. Gratitude is everything. With it, you will always have what you want. 22. I'm 22 now. How can they stop me? A wheel harder than a punch from Rocky. Sure, you can lock me, box me, shock therapy. Even I'm scared of me. I know not it's what I do. So I belong in a zoo because I'm neat to look at, but might snap like a Kit Kat. Yeah, I bite back. Ink the paper like a tat. Can't take it back. That was my poem, 22. I wrote that when I was 22 years old, of course, while I was at Ironwood State Prison. I'm 20.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So some time has passed by. And most of these poems, at least the beginning ones I'll recite to you, were written while I was on a level 4 yard. And poetry definitely helped me get through the hard times and all the lockdowns and all the countless hours I had to spend locked in my cell with no real programs. So this poetry kind of saved my life, but this is where it came from. The first lady I ever fell in love with, a juvenile hall staff, Miss Rubalcaba, said it to me first. Money is not everything. As you already know or have yet to find out, that statement is truer than most people without money want to believe. Money helps, but it doesn't stop some rich people from killing themselves. Shitty money. Money's not worth it if your life's not perfect. Picture this, life is shit, but having grips with Skrilla, man, paper. And you can't wipe. What a shitty life. Sure, I can call it feces, but still, what would you be? Nasty and filthy? No, I don't touch. Remember, you didn't trust and all you wanted was money? Life's funny, but way worth it. Life's perfect. Might be full of shit, but you can still wipe it. That was Shitty Money. It was kind of an interesting poem that I wrote some years ago. Well, I'll flip through my book. Let me find another one to recite to you. This is actually my second time recording this podcast. I did the first one, but we had some technical difficulties. So I am redoing it, but not as organized as the first time. But it doesn't matter because things always improve the next time. So this episode is going to be better than it would have been. From the crisscrossing freeways of the Inland Empire to the main north-south freeway arteries of the state, free is not what it used to be. I'm free to follow the rules, the many, many police state rules. Way free. I'm from east of the 215, born north of the 10, locked up south of the 60, took the fight to prison 101 out of Pelican Bay. My life's a freeway, but I'm far from free. Life in the penitentiary. I don't know if you can hear the speaker in the background, but the officers are doing mail call at this time. So you might hear that in the back. That should just remind us of how authentic this podcast is, because I'm recording straight from prison. Ooh, full of setups. I like the beginning of this poem. Let me see what I got here. Life can be ironic at times. What you think can't happen does. It can't always be explained why bad things happen, but if we just prepare for some bad, we might be able to get through anything life throws at us. Full of fed-ups. I'm fed up. Get a hairbrush to get my head bust. I antitrust the bulk of us. Humankind is dangerous. Why they keep framing us in the cage lion taming us for what? It's nuts. I'm sick here and know I'm not scared at the bottom of the ocean, moving with emotion, drier than lotion. What am I smoking? Radiation from Japan. Damn, bit damned ever since I've been who I am. Your release will still be on the land. When it's really real. People make me sick by thinking that a man of another race is any less of a human being than them. We are one human race with many differences. Accept it and be open-minded about your neighbor, even if they look, act, dress, or talk different than you. We all share the human affliction of aging and dying. We all need to breathe and drink water. Please get it together, people. Human is human any way you slice it. When it's really real. One day when God comes back, there'll be no difference from white or black. No more suicide attacks, exploding bombs in Iraq. No more tanks rolling into combat. Libyans murdered at El Gaddafi's wrath. Making graves out of well-traveled paths while he's dying from AIDS, can't get help because they're black. Act like you don't know where our president was born at. Trump is a joke for racism like that. Might have money, but it's not worth a fire bath. Hopefully you can avoid it when our God comes back. How would you react to a God that's black? When it's really real. I'd rather be a plant. Tupac inspired this poem from his poem book, A Rose That Grew from the Concrete. This poem by that name had a lot of meaning for the kids I knew growing up in the gang environment. To rise up and become a shining light for your troubled community is legendary. I was moved to tears when LeBron James decided to go back to Ohio to uplift one of the most troubled spots in the nation. In my eyes, that makes him a true legend. Right move to inspire many, not only in Ohio, but across the entire world. I'd rather be a plant. When I die, maybe I'll be alive. Maybe for the first time. Things here just ain't fine. You tell a truth full of lies. I can see through your eyes. To the thoughts in your skull, you was born and died in a hospital. Better than on the side of a liquor store. Your mama cries as she watches in horror. Promises the Lord she won't leave you no more. Remember by the blood stains on the wall. A plant grew from a crack in the wall. Your blood spewed, but a plant evolved. Finally, you're alive for the first time. Reach for the light, every sun shone. That was I'd Rather Be a Plant. This was written from my friend. It's called My Antidepressant. Casey, you are the best friend I could ever hope to make. You have done a lot for me in terms of reassuring me that all things are possible. I beg God for a friend like you, and what happened next is a proof of the power of prayer. My Antidepressant. Faith in the future, a better day, looked kind of dim until you came my way. A friend for the friendless feels so tremendous. You charm with your quick wit. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. A friend so beautiful. Thank you for the strolls, conversation no one knows. Your heart's made of gold, so smart you make my heart beat slow. In my dreams you are so real I could sleep forever. But since we're friends for real, you make my days much better. That was my antidepressant. For the same friend I wrote, Your Smile Is My Heaven. Your gift is like a firefly, you light up my night. I needed a Plymouth Rock when there was nothing in sight. My sky was dark, but like a star, you made it bright. Now this is coming from my heart, I think I'm in my future wife. But maybe it just can't be. The way you smile at him, the same as me. Got me thinking this light is make-believe. Maybe I'm still in the dark, so dark that I can see a light that's not for me. In a crowded room, who is it that you see? When they're looking at you, are you looking at me? If so, I'll let her see the smile I bring, to bless you with a diamond whiter than light ring. Happiness short of what life brings. These other half make your pretty eyes gleam. Now watch, I know what the time is. Your love is forever priceless. What's money you can't buy yet? Words roaring louder than a lion. Without yours I was dying. So much truth and light I'm now finding. Your words co-signing. Love for you, my highness. If I could just rewind this, I'll show you what life is. Write poems that make us rich, big old homes for the kids. Fixing stones that break my ribs, but surely more than positive, that I would live to make it big just to see you smile again. God made us forever friends. This is just where it begins. California famous. Please don't stress over the things that you can't control. Enjoy the moments, even the ones we don't want, because it is all we have. Life plays out regardless. All will take place in time, guaranteed. Who could blame us for trying to be rich, young, and famous? Bear flag natives from them hardcore streets. Banging hardcore Dr. Dre beats. Some people call me Leaf. My family, yeah, they eat. Only turn down when I sleep. Paris, Cali, I eat. Triple Crown, Copper Creek, and the Pinks. Homegrown Egyptian cat like the Sphinx. Street riding with my eyes wide open. Living a wild life, hoping I see the day. I gotta stay focused so I don't end up in a casket with my eyes wide open. Wise man told me, young, and don't blink. Throwing everything at him, kitchen sink. Can't be scared, young, and don't think. Wise man disappeared with a wink. Living for a closed door, locked the store. Strengthened to the core by my shitty life of gore. Now I'm trying to live life galore. Don't want pain no more. Don't want to be insane no more. No games no more. Made it to be California famous. Thank you to my grandpa Amos. Who fought in World War II. I want to be like you. California famous. This is one of my favorite poems. It was written on my 26th birthday, 11/16/14. This is about a real-life human being who is very warm and generous. One of my favorite people to think about. Thanks, Dr. M. Along came a bird. Life outside a window. People get older as they grow. Life outside a window. We are all driven by your glow. Pretty bird, it's like you know when people suffer your wings show. Who could say that they had no hope? Inside of you they're afloat. In a dream long ago, walking in the snow, a hood pole so low, a face so glow. Hoping a place so cold with you, we were whole. A decade later, we are dreaming wide awake. It's for safety's sake. We are burning at the stake, trying to catch a break. We keep getting bitten by the snake. Sure enough, no mistake, you're in our dreams wide awake. Stop our screams, here's our break. See your wings, know it's fate. You make us destined to be great. Once again, we are saved, walking in snow so blue. Angels have wings, but so do you. Next poem is called Being Bitter. Let's talk about being bitter. Walking a walk without talk, shapeshifter, 19-year-old rapper. Their mama couldn't save me, God bless her. Froze in a hole without a sweater. Society hated me more than Adolf Hitler. Stuck me in a great box. When I cried, they threw rocks. Wiped my eyes hearing the words of Tupac. But I couldn't stand shots at some crooked cops. Stripped naked, fed stale bread. Stuck a pen filler inside of my penis head. Then I bled. Traumatized, my bloody eyes made me bitter. How about being caught a sin? Isolated and threatened to be disfigured. Didn't have a mirror to peer. Was I a human or animal to be feared? Stolen from a curb and disappeared. Had only reached my 15th year. Now you know what it is that I hear every time I stop talking and just stare. This last poem I'll do for you is called TPT, the Portal Theory. I could have been Shawn Obama instead of Shawn all the drama. Had my teeth kicked in just by crying for my mama. Felt so much pain to dying, I really wanted, denying that I'm a gunner, flying because I met her so graphic it's all better. But a dream it may have been is like the side of my pen is written for a friend. But a time bends, relationships in the ends. I could have been Sean Dalai Lama instead of Sean all the drama. Had my teeth kicked in just by crying for my mama. I am under a kennel, somebody hand me a candle. I need out of this wormhole, where in the world is this portal?